What's up guys, Shinzo here. So today I'm back out in Miwok and I was just about to go for a ride and it occurred to me that I haven't yet formally introduced you guys to my new bike. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen a few pictures of this bike. I've already taken it on a few rides. I've already crashed it. I've taken it down some really steep, gnarly, really fun trails. Having a blast with it so far, but I thought since you guys will be seeing more of this bike, I should formally introduce you to it and tell you a little bit about it. So here we go. So this is the 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson V4 MX. The MX stands for mixed wheel size, or mullet as it's commonly known, and this is the Carbon C S build in Paydirt Gold, size large. Let's take a quick look at the spec, then we'll hit the trail and I'll let you know what I think of this bike so far. Up front we've got the Fox 36 Performance providing 160 millimeters of travel, and in the rear the RockShox Super Deluxe Plus provides 150. For the drivetrain we've got the SRAM GX Eagle with a 10 to 50 tooth cassette. I do enjoy the range on the big ring, but I'll definitely opt for the 10 to 52 tooth cassette when I swap out my wheels in the future. Speaking of wheels, we're running Raceface AR30 offset hoops, and they're unfortunately laced to the crappy DT Swiss 370 hubs. This rear hub only has 18 points of engagement, and it's just as disappointing as you would expect. A new wheel set is definitely going to be the first major upgrade on this bike, and it's really the only major upgrade that I find necessary for now on this S build, which is otherwise pretty solid. For rubber, we've got the Maxxis Minion DHF and DHR front and rear combo. It's the same setup I've been running for a while, so I'm pretty happy with it. Moving back up front, we've got Bergtech alloy bars with a 30mm rise and a Bergtech alloy stem. We've also got Santa Cruz House grips. I plan to swap these out right away, but they actually provide pretty decent grip and comfort, so I think I'll keep them around for a while. To slow things down, we've got SRAM Code Art brakes with Avid centerline rotors, 200 up front and 180 in the back. The dropper is a RockShox Reverb Stealth with 175 millimeters of travel, which is perfect for me. However, the WTB Volt saddle was not a great fit for me, so I swapped it out for an Ergon Enduro comp. I also picked up some 1UP Components flat pedals. These are the widest pedals I've used, and it turns out having more surface area helps me find my footing a lot quicker and reduces fidgeting and repositioning. They're also pretty light for the size, so I like them. Now that we've got the spec out of the way, let's go hit the trail. So we'll start out with the most obvious feature of the new V4 Bronson, the mixed wheel size, with a 29-inch wheel up front and a 27.5 out back. After riding a 29er for the past couple of years, I've definitely grown accustomed to the benefits of a bigger wheel size. My previous Steed had a bit of a bruiser quality about it. When I aimed it in one direction, it ate up anything in its way, and it usually got me down the hill in one piece. But when the trail got steep or winding, it became a bit cumbersome in the corners. As I'm riding steeper trails nowadays, I was looking for something to liven up the experience and help me carry speed through tight turns, and the V4 Bronson definitely fit the bill. So I told myself I wouldn't describe this bike in typically overused terms like nimble or playful, but to be honest, those descriptions are perfectly accurate. The Bronson has a way of bringing the trail to life and inspiring me to approach it in a more creative way. I wouldn't usually describe my riding style as particularly playful, but on the Bronson, sometimes it's just fun to zig instead of zag, or to take a new line just for the fun of it. But as playful as this bike is, it also knows when to get down to business. With a bigger wheel up front and a nice slack head angle, the Bronson remains stable and planted, even when the trail gets steep or technical, and the travel on the Fox 36 gives me all the confidence I need to roll over any chunky stuff that gets in my way. Steep. Hell yeah, dude. Didn't even have time to think about that one. So it's clear the Bronson can get the job done on the downhill, but how about the climb? I've got to admit, with all of the travel on this bike, I was worried it would climb like a slug. But I was pleasantly stoked on how good it felt on long sustained ascents. The seat angle puts me right over the cranks, and my position on the bike is comfortable enough to take on a big climb. It also retains its flexible maneuverability on the uphill, and it made short work out of switchbacks that usually give me trouble. For longer climbs, I do utilize the lockout on the front fork. The rear shock has a lockout switch as well, but I haven't felt it necessary to use as bobbing has only been minimal in my experience so far. Overall, I'd say this bike is well rounded and a lot of fun to ride. It has all of the capability I need right now to grow as a rider, and it inspires me to do just that. I'm really looking forward to putting a ton of miles on this bike, and I hope you guys decide to join me for that adventure. Alright, so there's a quick look at the new bike. I know it's kind of a quick overview, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at what I'll be riding for upcoming videos. As far as the review goes, I'll kind of be doing more on the trail feedback as I'm riding and in future videos, and probably later today I'll be doing a ride and sharing some more content that way. So if you want to know more about this bike and how it's working out for me, definitely feel free to join along and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, stay stoked, and I'll see you in the next one.